My name is Curtis Ballard, and I am interviewing Mr. Carl Woolley for my ProAm assignment. So, Carl, can you please tell us about your career?
I'm a regional sales manager for a technology company that specializes in all kinds of different solutions related to computers and technology.
All right. What would you say are your main tasks on a typical day?
Most days for me involve customers and, making a lot of phone calls, preparing quotes and proposals, but, mostly just getting out and meeting with customers and finding out where I can help them.
What are the most important activities?
So in this business, probably the most important things that I do are related to relationships and just building strong relationships with partners and customers, and also technology companies that I sell their product. Getting them to understand what I can bring to the table for them.
Okay. What are your major problems or challenges in this type of work?
Well, I mean there's a few things. One is there's a lot of competition, so that's always a challenge. And then just architecting the right solutions for customers, and then helping them get it to work properly. Technology's a lot of complicated stuff, and so that can be really difficult.
Okay. What are the benefits of this kind of employment?
Um, I think some of the benefits are a lot of variety in what you get to do. Um, you create your own hours, you create your own income based on what you sell, and it just offers a lot of flexibility. Those are some of the good things about it.
Okay. What are the required training or education?
Interestingly enough, in sales, there isn't necessarily required training. You'll find that people with master's degrees sometimes do it, and then people with no degree also do it. And I think that the big thing to be successful in sales is just having the ability to listen, the ability to read people, and a lot of that can't be learned in a high school course or a college course. But probably the most important skill that you got to have is just good interpersonal skills and communication with people.
Alright. What are the entry level jobs that would help you to this position you have now?
Yeah, so probably the best job to get from an entry level perspective to move into sales and sales leadership is generally some kind of inside sales position where you're maybe working the phones at a call center and you're selling some kind of product over the phone, or most people in my business cut their teeth doing that, right? And or any other kind of sales jobs where maybe you're working in a retail store or things like that, to where you find that you do work well with people and that you can take care of customers well, and those types of skills.
Okay. What special skills are needed in this occupation?
Um, again, I'd say I'm probably a broken record, but I think the most important thing is just your ability to mesh with people. People buy from people that they like, so sales is not, it's not about being the smartest person, but it's about being I would say being the best that can, just mesh with people and understand why people make decisions and why they buy the things they buy. And again, I go back to what I said. People don't buy things; they actually buy from people that they like. It doesn't really always matter what you're selling. So I think that's probably the most important.
What recommended post high school education that you needed?
Yeah, I mean, I think obviously, there's going to be courses that are related to sales, technical selling, and I'm sure a lot of different things you can do post high school. Um, I think classes in math and accounting are helpful because when you're creating and proposing deals, a lot of times you're trying to show a customer how you're going to save them money, and if you don't have a good understanding of just good math and arithmetic type skills, you're not going to be able to do that very well. And then, of course, you need to know how you're going to calculate your commissions as well. So.
What technology is used on a regular basis?
So for this job, I mean, obviously, selling technology, you end up using a lot of it to do that. But email's huge in this business, believe it or not. That wasn't the case 15 years ago. being able to communicate with all kinds of different devices, whether it be a smartphone, a computer. To be really effective, a lot of times you've got to know how to use a lot of different websites and things like that. So, it's overall a lot of different computer-related stuff that you're using. But again, in today's world of sales, it's always still the phone too. So, you better know how to operate a phone and your voicemail.
All right. What advice would you give for someone trying to reach this position?
I think what I would say to young people looking to get into sales is, be hungry. Start at the bottom, prove yourself, and understand that it's you're only as good as your last deal. So you're only as good as your last month's sales, your last quarter sales, and it's a job that you got to be able to endure because there's the feast and there's the famine in sales. And but if you put your heart into it, you can make a career out of it, and that's what I've done, roughly 20 years. So,
All right. That's all I have for you.
Outstanding.
That's it.